Let's make our designs more interactive and engaging. In this chapter, we'll explore how to style hover and focus states, use pseudo classes, enable dark mode, and even add smooth transitions and animations. Let's start with hover and focus states using the simple form as an example. The form has a text input, a button, and a link. I have styled these using Tailwind's utility classes that we have learned so far. By default, when you hover on this button, you don't see any change, which makes you wonder if the button works at all. Generally, a button's background gets darker or something changes on hover. To add this behavior using Tailwind, we can use the hover modifier and specify the classes that we need on hover. So at the end of the class list, let me add hover and change the button background. Right now it's purple 500, so let me change this to purple 600. And now if you hover over the button, notice the change in the color. Similarly, let's add an underline to this link when hovered. So come to the class list of the anchor tag, add the hover modifier and say underline. So now, if I refresh, yeah, the underline appears on hover. Now this form is getting interactive. Let's say you want to add another class on hover. Maybe you want the cursor to change to a pointer on hover. So to add an additional utility class, you will have to use the hover modifier once again and then specify the other class. Cursor pointer is the class. So now, if you hover, it not only gets dark, the cursor also changes to pointer. Notice that as of now, there is no way you can combine these two into one single class. It has to be hover for as many classes you wish to add. Okay, let's look at the focus states next. If you focus on this input, you get a blue outline irrespective of the primary colors in your project. Let's change that using the focus modifier. So for the input, let me add focus and change the outline color to, let's say, purple 400. Now if I refresh, that looks much better. And for the button as well, we get this ugly blue outline. Let's change that to something like a ring. Now there are ring utility classes in Tailwind which are quite useful. So first we need to remove this outline on focus, say focus outline none, and then add the ring using the ring utility class, and you can pick a size, so 1 pixel, 2 pixels and so on. So let me pick ring 2 and add the color for the ring, like let's say ring purple 400. Okay, or yeah, maybe 300 should be good. Now let me refresh and focus on this button. That looks really nice. There's a nice ring outside the button. And if you focus on the link, we have this blue outline again. Let's remove that as well. Same way we did for the button. Let's say focus outline none. And instead on focus, let's add the underline as well. Great. Refresh. And now, yeah, we have all the hover and focus states very nicely. There's also an active state for buttons. So apart from focus, for an active state, we could probably make the background even darker. So maybe BG purple 700. So now notice if I click on the button, I have to refresh first. If I click on the button, it gets even darker. Feels even better, right? Oh, and that's not it. You can chain these modifiers with the responsive modifiers as well. So let's say the button, I'll have to just add some line breaks so you can see these better. We have the hover, focus, and then the active state. And now let's assume the button gets bigger at MD breakpoint or even SM breakpoint just to see. SM, let's say PX8 and PY3 or something. SM again. And now we might need a bigger ring, right? So we can say add SM when focused. So SM, focus, and then we can add ring 4. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Let me go to the SM breakpoint. The button is bigger. And now I might have to refresh again. So let me focus. Yeah, the ring is bigger now. Notice the ring is smaller here, the ring is bigger. You can even change this to focus SM ring 4. Usually the order doesn't matter, but it's better to keep it this way. On SM, and then you focus or hover and things like that. You can stack as many modifiers as you need, but just note that you cannot combine these two. Like you cannot combine hover underline and focus underline to hover focus underline or something, because that will mean add an underline only when it's hovered and focused. So notice it doesn't work now. Yeah, it doesn't work. Only when it's focused and hovered, it'll add an underline. Now that's not what we need. We need an underline when it's hovered or focused. So just stay aware of that. Alright, we're just getting started with modifiers in Tailwind CSS. We'll look at more of them in the next video.